So listen, it's only been about a week, so I'm not ready to give you my full review of this device, but it's coming soon, trust me. But I will be dropping more content every week about the Pixel XL Pro or Pro XL, you know the name. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with my list of things that I find that are so much better on the new Pixel series. The first thing I want to talk about is battery life. Battery life is crazy good. Now listen, I'm one of those people who had decent battery on the 6, the 7, and the 8 Pro. Not even just decent, I had good battery, meaning that it lasted all day long for me. I didn't have to charge it only overnight. That was my usage. But this one feels so much different. It's like Google really increased the battery efficiency, I guess, if we want to say that, or the optimization of everything. It just feels so much better. And I hit around 11 hours and about 23 minutes. Don't quote me on the 23 minutes part though, but over 11 hours screen on time with this device, which is insanely. Never in history have I ever done that on the Pixel. I get somewhere between 6 and 7 comfortably, but this one has been reaching between 8 and 11 comfortably. And that's more than enough for me. The screen brightness. The screen brightness is one of those things that I actually love, but it's only really when I'm outside. When I'm inside, I still find myself sometimes on auto, it dims it too low sometimes. Certain circumstances, only time I want it low is when I'm in bed and the lights are out. But right now it would be low and I wouldn't want it to be low. So I always have to like adjust it or whatever. Not a big deal, not a big issue, but outside is where you're gonna really feel that peak brightness. So when you step outside and it's bright out there, your net's gonna hit 3,000. And it holds for a good 7 minutes. I kind of timed it at one point. Now that's just me timing it twice. I mean, it was like a little under 7, then it was a little over 7. I guess when I'm doing something on the phone, it decreases that time. I don't know, but I'm not one of those channels that's gonna technically spec that and everything like that. I just needed it to be good enough for me. When I was out there shooting photos and videos and stuff like that, it stayed bright every time I shot a photo, every time that I, do some video recording and all that stuff like that. Because of course I'm turning the screen off in between. So therefore I'm not keeping it on the whole entire time. So screen brightness is another big plus on this device. I mean, it's the brightest phone right now, period. Next would be the hardware. I really love the hardware. I know it's like controversial between like, it's iPhone hardware, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Apple hardware is tough. I love it. And if somebody's gonna copy it, I'm glad that Google did, because now this Pixel feels so much more premium. I know it's subjective. A lot of people saying the last one felt premium. Yes, it did, but it's a different type of premium. This feels like, I don't know, just it's here premium. I mean, you gotta feel it to know what I'm saying. It's not like you can look at it. You can look at it and still tell, but you have to really feel it. But it's definitely more premium and the buttons are more clicky. I like that. It just feels like an overall Pixel iPhone. That's actually a good thing for me. Fingerprint reader. Fingerprint reader, you already know, it went from optical to ultrasonic. So now the ultrasonic, it uses what, sound to unlock. And I mean, honestly, I haven't had a miss yet. So really, it's upgraded. So if you have problems with the Pixel 8 Pro, 7 Pro, 6 Pro, all that fingerprint reader, throw all that optical crap out of the window. Ultrasonic is in. Next would be the front-facing camera. If you're a selfie person, I'm not a selfie person, don't care to take pictures with the selfie camera at all. I just mostly do video calls with my family or meet and everything like that. But that's about the brim of what I do with my front camera. But if you're one of those people, it's safe to say that you might have better selfie quality now for those group selfies and your own selfies and whatever it is you do with the front camera. It's better. Now, one of the things that I want to bring up is the feel in the hand. So it feels really good. Like compared to my iPhone that I have right here, the corners feel a little bit more, they're round, but they feel sharper. Like I don't even know how round can feel sharp, but if you feel it on the Pixel, it's a lot softer, if you get my drift. Like you gotta hold both of these in your hand to understand what I mean. Like it feels so much better over here. Like another thing that's hard to explain, you gotta have both of these in your hand to understand what I'm saying. But yeah, I don't know how round can feel sharp. That's kind of stupid to say, but you can tell the difference of how it feels in the hand from the edges right here. Like these are cut into your finger or something like that. I don't know how I was gonna do that again because it's round, right? Stupid thing to say. But you just gotta, it's like one of those situations where you just gotta kind of like feel it to understand what I mean, I guess. Gosh. I don't know why I even brought this whole topic up, but geez, it's really this roundness, man. it has a better roundness. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is the display responsiveness. It feels so much better. It's like the phone knows what you're about to do before you do it. I think I even heard one of the companies mention that. I don't know if it was Google or Apple or Samsung or anybody for that matter. But what I'm trying to say is that it feels snappy and responsive to your touch. Whenever you make a move, it moves fluently and fast. It just feels really good. And it could be like that new you know, when you get a new car, everything feels better. It could be that right now, but it does feel like when I'm swiping back and forth and I'm, you know, like got them side by side and I'm going back and forth around, I can feel a little bit more snappiness over here. But again, it could be just because it's brand new and you're just like, oh, it's just better. But it does feel more fluent than the Pixel 8 Pro, even though that one felt very fluent. So it's like one of those things where maybe my mind is playing tricks on me type thing. So yeah, the next thing is the speakers. If you're a person who care about actually having speakers on your phone and want the best sound quality out of it, which is not really me because I'm using buds most of the time. And if I'm not using my phone, I'm using my tablet to watch all my content really. So, but if you're one of those people who don't have a tablet, don't have a computer, don't have, and your phone is everything, well, I'm gonna tell you that the speakers aren't extremely louder than the 8 Pro. They're about the same, but it's more full. You get like a full sound. So like if you're watching a Michael Bay movie like Transformers or something, or maybe even like Bad Boys, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're gonna get that oomph from the speakers now, like a lot more bass and stuff in the low end. So I kind of like that about it. You know, it feels more rich and full now instead of like teeny, because literally my 8 Pro and 7 Pro and 6 Pro, it just feels loud, but it's just teeny. Now it's loud and full now. So upgrade, in my opinion.
The Pixel 8a is the Pixel you should really be buying. A is the Pixel you should really be buying.
Now this, I don't know. I'm supposed to be telling you the things that I feel that's better. I want to say that the AI feels faster, but if I'm honest, it's really still done on the cloud. I mean, most AI, good AI anyways, is done on the cloud. Even on my Photoshop on my MacBook or my Mac Mini Pro and all this stuff like that, it still feels slow up there, and it has like, you know, M2 processor. So I want to get to the point where a lot of the AI can be processed on the chip itself or the system than the cloud, because, you know, when I'm using Adobe Lightroom, when I'm using Photoshop, or, you know, any other program that has AI built in, it's still kind of generating everything on the cloud. So I don't know if that's based off your internet speeds or just like getting to that server and editing and coming back, but I do have pretty fast internet. But I want to say on the Pixel, the AI processing does feel faster. I will say that. Not incredibly like 50% faster from last year, but I want to say maybe 20% faster. I noticed that I'm waiting less for stuff to come back from the cloud, and yeah, that's about it. So I want to get to a point where a lot of the AI stuff is done up there, but on, you know, on the device itself. But I really don't care for AI processing on these phones. I know a lot of people do. I honestly, and if I'm honest, I just wanted to be faster on my Mac using Photoshop and Lightroom, because I'm a photographer. I do a lot of my editing up there and I use a lot of that AI stuff, and I kind of sit there and be waiting for it. I just wanted to be that much more faster. That's not even, I wanted to be faster. So if Google can speed the process up on these phones, like on the phone, kind of like Samsung does a little bit on the chip, that would be great. Hopefully that is coming next year with the 10 series, that they'll be able to process some of it. I mean, some of it still has to go to the cloud regardless, right? We can't do everything on the phone, you know, unless we're gonna have like unlimited some type of storage or something like that to store all the data up there somehow or whatever. But either way, I don't know how that works actually. Let me just not say that, because I don't want people trying to fact check me in the comments. I don't know how none of that works. But all I know is that hopefully next year we can get some of that AI processing on the phone. And I still think a lot of it needs to go to the cloud. Like when you're trying to change a whole background to something completely different, it needs the cloud service to go find that, whatever you're typing in. So it makes sense. So this part was a little longer than I needed it to be, so we're gonna stop it right here. Next, we're gonna talk about the vapor cooling. But before we get into that, I wanna say one thing. Every pixel that I get, I shoot a video or B-roll to one of my videos, and I kind of mix it in with my Pocket 3 footage. And a lot of you never really noticed it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little hint. I have a Galaxy Buds Pro 3 video coming up that I shot solely all the B-roll on this right here, the Pixel Pro XL. So when you see that video, just know that all the B-roll was shot up here. That's how I like to test out the video, by just shooting the video instead of talking about it. I just make a video and let everyone either tell me that the video is nice or the quality or whatever, or yeah, I listen for the feedback, and I never get any negative feedback. So if you don't know, then people actually enjoy the video that comes out of the Pixel secretly, because I never tell you guys what video is the B-roll of the Pixel phones that I shoot every year. And I just be wondering if somebody's gonna be like, hey man, the quality is bad or blah, 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 but nobody ever says that. And I'm like, okay, so why do y'all always talk about the video quality when it comes to iPhone? But because when you know what it is, that's when you wanna talk bad. But if you don't know, you're like, oh, this is a good video, and people comment great video, and I'll be like, thank you. And I never expose it, but I'm going to expose it this year, that I am going to shoot my Galaxy Buds Pro XL video B-roll on this phone right here. Now, with that being said, I pretty much shot a lot of B-roll with the Galaxy Buds yesterday, and this phone did not get hot at all day long. And it was about 97 degrees and the heat index said 102. So I don't know your temperature where you stay at, but you know, that's pretty hot here for me in Virginia. So it never, and I had a case on it too, because I like to shoot with a case, you know, just because I dropped my phone. But yeah, and never had any heating issues or anything for that matter with it. So I want to say that the vapor cooling is so much better this year. Next thing I want to talk about is the 5X camera. The last year one was great. This one is even better. I'm not going to sit there and say like it's like 50% better, but I noticed a quality difference when shooting with it, and it's been phenomenal. Definitely enjoyed the 5X camera, and give it a try. That's all I want to say, is better for all my people who loves that zoom. It ain't Samsung zoom, but hey man, I'd rather take that good 5X than super ultra zoom that just okay, you know what I'm saying? Sorry to interrupt this video, but just in case you didn't know, Delvon Digital makes his own custom wallpapers. All my wallpapers will be shown in my videos that you've been watching on this channel. So if you really want to support me, go ahead and hit that link down in the description below and go grab you some nice wallpapers. I mean, these things are dope. I do give all my supporters the Delvon Digital exclusive color, and in my custom wallpaper packs, there are 15 more colors just for you. So what you waiting for? Go ahead and pause this video, hit that link, and go get you some wallpapers, and come on right back and finish this up. But anyways, let's get back to the video. And I saved the best for last. Everyone knows, in you know, Pixel users, we're fine with the performance, and people who don't use the Pixel, they're not fine with the performance. They just talks about tens are this, tens are that, tens are bad, benchmarks, 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 benchmarks. We get it, right? Like they're bad, they don't compare. But if you actually went out there and bought this phone and you're actually using this phone day to day, you will find that the performance of this thing is probably either on par with everybody or even better, or feels better in the hand. It depends on who you are, what you're doing on your device. And I'm not gonna bring up all this tensor stuff and, you know, everything that people, because quite frankly, I'm just sick of it, man. Like if you own the phone, you love it. If you don't own the phone, you hate it. That's what it seems like is happening right now. And it's just that, you know, and I promise you, if Google benchmarks get better, just say like next year with the next Pixel, we're still going to hear this, right? We're still going to hear this regardless, because people just, I made a video saying that people are afraid of the Pixel. I still kind of stand by that. I think they're scared that if Google got it right, things will change. It'll take a big hit on the industry, where the shift will start shifting slowly but surely. It's going to be some years before Google can get to that point, but still, they want whatever phone they have to be just the best, right? And if it's not the best, then we have to shoot down something else because you know what, I'm done with this. The performance on this device is great. If you are a Pixel user and you use the previous Pixels, you already know how great performance can be. Performance is going to be awesome. So I think that it's a lot more snappier this time around. I think things load a lot faster this time around. I think a lot of things stay in the memory this time around. You know, 16 gigabytes of RAM. Everything is just so much better with this Pixel, and it actually feels more optimized. Oh my God, it feels so much optimized. And then the heat feels better too. So I think with all of that combination of everything, I want to say that the performance is really, really good. It may not be the highest 50% jump, maybe make a 25% or 20% jump in performance, but it's a jump, right? And that's what matters. So I'm excited for next year's Pixels, and I want to see how they're going to perform next year. So in my first week of using the Pixel, that is everything that I found to be a lot better on the current Pixel right now than my last Pixel. And if you're on the fence of thinking about upgrading or thinking about it and saying that it's not worth it or whatever, I just wanted to give you that information in my experience of what I feel like was better. And if that stuff weren't an upgrade for you, then be my guest. If it doesn't, you know, stick to the Pixel that you currently have. And then maybe next year they can woo you to getting a new Pixel then. But you already know this is Delvon Digital, aka Mr. Pixel. So I'm going to get all the Pixels, and I will cover all the Pixels on my channel. So no worries about that. I will upgrade every year. So if you want to see a lot of Pixel content, great Pixel content, probably some of the best Pixel content, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.